The economic system of East Germany is based on socialist ideas. This system focused on the workers. Agriculture was a big element so people have a work and food to eat. All Nazi property was nationalized and redistributed to the people. Nationalization of all industry was a major factor in German economy which led to a steady economic growth. All people had a place to be and a job to do. Applying the ideas of F. Lieberman in the 1960s, the East German economy grew with the new economic system reform. Lieberman's proposal focused on the transfer of decision-making power from the central government to the managers and staff of industrial enterprises, primarily by reducing the number of instructions imposed from above.
History has proved many times that the human tends to think just in the well being of themselves, and the capitalism of the West proves no more than this. This system where the workers are used just as a dispensable material, people who can be replaced in any moment. We need to protect ourselves. We need to stay together. Our new economic system reform thinks in everyone. Our system will let the Democratic Republic of Germany to be just as the big prosperous Union of the Soviet Socialist Republic. The new reform will allow the private companies to have more freedom, but at the same time will give the workers a voice in the committees. Like this, we create balance and peace, not allowing the abuse of power. As a consequence, our country will experience a balance in the market prices, making them more flexible and accessible. The time is not clear yet, but at the eastern states and the USSR, our economy is expected to jump and make the life of those who live here better. The new economic system reform is the modern way to a successful and stable economy, simply because it is thought to help the population and the state at the same time. Thanks to this system, we, as a country, will grow as one.
The German Democratic Republic is called East Germany. They were communist state controlled by Eastern Third of Germany from 1949 to 1990. They had its government and army, which were controlled by the East German Communist Party. The German Democratic Republic was not officially recognized by non-communist nations until the Basic Treaty with West Germany was signed in 1972. In 1989, there were a popular uprising that overthrew the communists. The Soviets refused to intervene, but the country soon reunited with West Germany, so they became part of Germany.
Democracy has an advantage because it forces decision makers to take into account the interests, rights, and opinions of most people in society. Since democracy gives some political power to each, more people are taken into account than under aristocracy or monarchy. The most forceful contemporary statement of this argument is provided by Amartya Sen, who argues, for example, that no substantial famine has ever occurred in any independent country with a democratic form of government and relatively free press. The basis of this argument is that politicians in a multi-party democracy with free elections and a free press have incentives to respond to the expressions of needs of the poor. Democracy is thought to be the best decision-making method on the grounds that is generally more reliable in helping participants discover the right decisions. Since democracy brings a lot of people into the process of decision-making, it can take advantage of many sources of information and critical assessment of laws and policies. Democratic decision-making tends to be more informed than other forms about the interests of citizens and the causal mechanisms necessary to advance those interests.
In the east side of Germany, not just the prosperity can be seen throughout the window with our reforms and our new economic system, but also implying reforms that will make everyone equal. We're thinking in everyone, therefore, everyone will be the same. From the worker in a farm to an economist, everyone will have the same treat no matter what. That's why we're lowering the prices so everyone can have something to eat. In this, our prosper land, everyone will have a home where to live and something to eat. And because everyone is equal, now the workers have a chance to bring bread and food to their families, not like the hypocrite capitalism of the West, where they say that that's the way of prosperity, knowing that most of the workers, and not just the workers, but the population in general, are starving with miserable salaries. But here in the East, workers are treated like everyone else, are treated like persons, because the land is of the man that works it.